Hello, hello, hello. Kevin Epps here, Digital Brilliance Hour with another tutorial. So we're just going to finish off what we did with updating the animated title screen, making sure it showed up. There were some things I found out right before doing this recording that I'm doing here. I figured out how to apply different draw methods to different drawn sprites. So just going to go over that real quick. So remember in your model files how you apply different attributes and different functions to specific frames based on including it above the actual call of the frame. The same logic applies here where you apply the draw method. So in our case, what I needed to do, I wanted to also show the main title in the screen, have that with an alpha of 0, so it didn't blend or show any opacity. And then immediately above that, it would show the black mask with an alpha of 6. So in order to do that, you apply the draw method before drawing the sprite. So that's how you can apply draw methods to other sprites if you want to layer sprites on the screen and things of that nature. So that's the way to do that. I found that out like right before I recorded this. So we're good. And if you want to see how that looks, let me actually show you. So right now, here's the title screen. And if I go into the menu screen, so now you'll see the title as well as the text in front of it. I just needed to, again, add this black screen in front of the title so you can actually see the text behind it. So now that we have that, let's go ahead into the music because that's where we're going to start here. I already have Sublime text loaded up. I have the updated .c file loaded up. The only thing we're going to do, I've already found the song that I wanted to use for that particular title screen. I created an OGG file while using Audacity. So I did all of that before. If you want to know how to do that, there's also another video or a lesson on how to create music and use Audacity to do so. All right, but we're skipping ahead and going forward as if you already know how to do that. So, and also the link to the title.ogg will be in the description. So yeah, so let's keep going. So now that we're here, we have this finished here. We need to scroll up because there was a part in playing the actual music for the title screen. We had it commented out. So there was a comment here. So all this code matters here. All this code is here. At line 35, we actually commented out the function that actually plays the music. And this function, if we do Control F and we look in this file to see if it's being called anywhere else, oh, I apparently didn't include the function. So let me grab that. So here is code for that particular function. I actually thought this was already included in this file, which it is not in the file. So we need to create the function that actually loads this particular music up. So we're gonna go here. We already have high score music. For some reason, the title music isn't here, but don't fret, we can quickly write that. So we're going all the way down to 132 or above the high score music in this file. So either way of looking at it, we're creating a new function above this file. So this works out perfectly. So you can see how we actually create these functions. So we're just going to hit enter twice, create some space. We're going to do another void, and we're basically going to do another copy of what we see here. So we're going to do void, and I think it was title music. That's the name of the function. We're going to add our brackets, and inside of these brackets, you could just do another void BG, which is we'll do BGM equals, and we're going to say data music, and we'll just say title. And the engine is smart enough to look for either a BOR file or an OGG. So this is all you need to include in the path itself. Then we'll go and there's another call that's commented out called play music. Again, if you want to know what play music does, you can actually go to the manual. You'll be able to see that. And I'll actually move this manual over here and do a Control F just so you can see. Play music. Again, this plays the music, or you can play a sample. Plays it says BOR music, but it also supports OGG. Play the music, the name of the path, and you can loop or not. And we're gonna use 1 to loop. That's what happens there. So let's go ahead and add this here. So we're gonna say play music, BGM 1. And before I continue on, let me just go ahead and play what this music's gonna sound like really quick. So I actually have it loaded up as Explosions. I really like that song. Let's go ahead and play this really quick. All right, so as you can see, I took a part of the song because this part actually just matched what I was trying to show in that title screen. So I took a bit of that out, the beginning, and just did a selection and did file, export, and then you can also export selected audio as well. So that's pretty much what I did. If you want to hear the song, you can play it when you download it, but just play the first few bits. Back here, we have it loaded up. Let's go ahead and save this, and we need to make sure we are calling this particular function in that line that we had it loaded at. And I believe that was line 35. So we're gonna uncomment now line 35 because this function didn't exist, so it would have broken had I tried to run this. Actually, let's do that really quick. So I'm actually gonna hide this. So I'm gonna select it, do edit, and you can actually do comment and toggle block comment, and it'll comment out the whole thing. I'm gonna hit save, and I'm actually gonna try to run it and see if it runs. Because it wasn't just as simple as just uncommenting the line and you just think it's just gonna work. So let's go ahead and double click, try to open, see what happens. Uh-oh, nothing happens. It just goes straight into this screen. So we would have to remember from the debugging video, go to the OpenBOR log file, which is actually right here. Can't compile script updated. And where was it at? It was at the title screen. It said can't find music, can't find function title music. So script compile error and updated. Title music line 35. So it's going back, updated.c. This isn't created yet. You see that it's uncommented. It's trying to call a function that hasn't been created yet. So let's go ahead and uncomment this. We'll just do a Control Z, Control S to save. Now let's run it. Okay, so I went through all of that so you can actually hear and see what was going on, and I tried to be silent on my end so you could just see what was going on. So as you can see, it would start the title music once you saw the title screen, and even when it tried to go through the cycle of screens, it kept the music on, which is what I wanted. I wanted the music to actually start on its own once it got to the music screen. Then once it started cycling through the screens, it would still play the music that you started on the title screen. So it does exactly what I wanted it to do. One more note is I had a little snafu while recording this because I had exported the OGG file using Audacity, but my sound card, it also supports a project rate of 48,000 hertz, but what I had to do is change it back to 41 because the engine doesn't support 48,000. So if you have like great sound cards and can support higher hertz values like 48,000, 96,000, 128,000, the engine itself only supports up to 44.1. So just make sure to keep that in mind. I had used 48,000, so it wasn't working initially, so I had to change the project rate and export it to make sure it used a project type that the engine supported. So just something to keep in mind. But anyway, again, I hope you learned something from this. I hope you were able to use this to your own advantage. Again, don't forget to use the manual and the ChronoCrash website and forum. I'll be doing more of these where I'm just going into like just tricks, because you guys should already have the fundamentals. I wanted to make sure before I moved on into the different tricks and things of that nature. People just say, well, just show me how to do this. Well, before doing that, I need to make sure you understand why I'm taking these steps. I can explain it, but sometimes it takes you understanding it from your own viewpoint to get what I'm saying. So, if I'm going through these steps, you're not really learning if you're just going through steps and just say, hey, got it to work, but you don't know why you got it to work. Or you don't know the connection between the two. So I'm more so trying to make sure people see the connection between things before trying to start, building the game and things of that nature, because seeing those important connections will really help you when you have a certain idea that it might be the best idea on earth, but because you don't see the connections on how to make that work, it's just an idea in your mind, and then you become frustrated, then you give up because you can't do what it is you're really trying to do, or you might hire it out or something, but that's only if you have the money. But anyway, just fundamentals, focus on those. Again, I say that all the time, and that really needs to be driven home. It's not all about the fun tricks and tips, but understanding why the tips and tricks even work and understanding the meaning behind them. Anyway, appreciate you for this one. Look out for more tips and tricks now that you have a further foundation, to make sure to continue building your foundation from going through the manual and ChronoCrash. Again, this is Kevin. Appreciate you guys for watching. Stay blessed and stay brilliant. Peace. We hope you're learning what you can from these free tutorials. Again, if you feel you need more in-depth or extensive services or extra help with learning and getting the most out of this and don't want to wait on the videos, please feel free to join our DBH community for only $5. That doesn't mean you can't ask questions on here though. So if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to post those. Like and share this playlist for those who may need it. At the end of the day, we just want to help people build their engineering and coding skills to be efficient wherever they want to go. I'm Kevin. Appreciate you watching, and be brilliant. Peace.